All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Just trying to check the feed. Gonna go live pretty soon. Not gonna be too long. Just give me 1 second and we'll get started. All right, let's get started. All right. This is the title. Jerusalem is our home. Jerusalem is our home. Okay. Because we can't lose track of what's at stake here. All right. And a lot of our people, speaking of the 2/3 of our people, they have come to believe that America and other places like this is our resting place, is where we're supposed to be at, when that couldn't be farther from the truth. Okay. We supposed to be what? Repenting and waking up here in America. But Jerusalem, the Holy Land, is our home. Okay. And those individuals that's inhabiting the place now are not the rightful owners. All right. And we're going to get into it. Okay. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. It reads, "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." See? And for majority of our people, they're going to die here in Babylon the Great once those thermonuclear missiles hit. Okay? They don't have the mindset of getting ready to go home. They thinking that this captivity, this place, Babylon the Great, is where they're supposed to be at. So with that type of mindset, they're going to perish right here. Let's read that again. Baruch 4, verse 1. "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." See? And we telling our people to return, return back to your power. Return back to who you are. Return to the Father in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahushua. Let me say, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Okay? Which means in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is. Bahashem, which means in the name. Yahushua, which means He is our salvation. And those are the names who the world ignorantly call God and His only begotten Son, Jesus, okay? Who, by the way, a so-called black man, okay? Which Yahushua only came for the Israelites, all right? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now picking back up to Baruch 4 and verse 2, it reads, "Turn thee, O Jacob." Who is Jacob? Later changed his name, or had his name changed to who? Yasharallah, Prince of the Power, after wrestling the angel. And had 12 sons who will become known as what? The 12 tribes of Israel. It says, "Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated." See, when we walk and we pattern ourselves after this truth, after how the way Yahushua walked while He was on the earth, we become illuminated. We become lighted up. All right. That's what it means to become a light to the Gentile. All right. Because the Gentiles are the other Israelites that haven't woke up to who they are. But those that have, they become illuminated and they become a light to the Gentile, or to the Israelites that haven't woke up, and that are called to this truth and are chosen as what? The elect. It says, verse 3, "Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation." See, we were given for a reward to this nation that is now ruling over us rigorously. Okay, here it is. They getting ready to cut off benefits. All right, and the people still seem to somehow think that everything is going to be okay. It's only going to be shut down for a little bit. Everything will get back up and running how it used to be. The Lord is giving you all the signs that you need to get right, all right, before time runs out. See? But when you don't understand where you're at, then you don't understand the signs. And if you don't know that you're not at home and that you're in captivity, well, guess what? You're going to move accordingly, okay? Because if you knew you were in captivity and why you were brought here to be in captivity, you would do everything that you could to get out of captivity and to get back home, Jerusalem. And only the elect is going to actually do what it takes to get out of here, all right? And get out of here in the way where it isn't detriment to them. Because the 2/3 are going to get out of here, but how they're going to get out of here is a way that you don't want to leave, okay? They leaving out of here by the way of missiles being disintegrated, chariots zapping and not beaming them up, but destroying them. The elect are going to get out of here by the way of what? Those chariots the same chariots that's going to be destroying and tearing shit up. It's going to be the same chariots that's going to be delivering the elect, okay? It says, give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. See? So the elect are waking up right before the destruction come, all right? They getting the knowledge. They getting the insight. They getting the mysteries revealed to them to know exactly what's about to take place, all right? It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. See? These are the members, these are the elect that actually take heed, okay? It says, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. See? We are, because it says in 2 Maccabees 5:19, we are the place, because Israel is a people before it's a place. So that even though it's being occupied by, bastards, those small hats, that's not our land as of yet, okay? That land has to be purged and clean for our second coming, our return, okay? But we're getting ready in the spirit to return to our home, Jerusalem. That's the spirit, that's the mindset you should have, okay? To do everything it takes to get up out of this captivity. It says, verse 5, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. See? Ye were sold to the nations for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. This is why we're in captivity, because we moved the Most High. He's a jealous power. Now, when we go off, when we serve these other deities and worship these other idols, that moves the Most High to wrath, man. And that's why he put us in this captivity. This is the worst captivity we ever been in. We lost everything. We lost who we were. All right? We lost our heritage, our culture, our name, everything. It was stripped from us. So we really had to F up for the Most High to do this to us. Okay? It says, verse 6, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. See, we weren't sold to be destroyed. It says, but because you moved the Most High to wrath. See, ye were delivered unto the enemies. That's why we're behind enemy lines right now. That's why this damn devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. All right, he sees that our sentence is almost up, and he wants to destroy us. And for the most part, he's going to get the majority of our people, which are the 2/3. But as for the elect, he won't touch. It says, verse 7, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to the Most High. See, and to this day, we still make sacrifices to these devils, all right? These other idols, particularly Jesus and Islam, that rock, all right? For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. Verse 8, ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. See? So we took advantage. We didn't understand the significance, all right, of just how important it was to serve the Most High with our whole heart. And he brought us to this place, all right? We took advantage of that. And now we see those that are chosen and called, the elect, see just how effed up we are for disobeying and having the Most High have wrath upon us. And we return it, all right, to the best of our ability so that we can what? Be delivered. It says, verse 9, for when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon, you said, Slack, let me start over again at verse 8. Baruch 4 and 8, it reads, ye have forgotten the everlasting power, Yahweh, that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. See, even Jerusalem is grieved over that we're not there. And we're going to see it. It says, for when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. The Most High have brought upon me great mourning. See? So Jerusalem, which is the mother of all, she's mourning for us. Okay? She mourned for us. She lamented. She's seen the abominable acts that we were doing. Okay? Worshiping other idols. Following after the ways of the heathens. Here we are in holiday season, and true to form, our people are already getting ready for Halloween. They're already getting ready for Thanksgiving. They're already getting ready for Christmas. They're already getting ready for New Year's, so on and so forth, okay? That's why the Lord got to shake things up, man. Because if the Lord doesn't come, our people will be destroyed, man. And we already destroyed for a lack of knowledge. But how much more if the Lord didn't shake things up and just gave us over to the enemy? We will be completely cut off, man. See? But he preserved that remnant, that cluster for himself, known as the elect. It says, verse 10. No, let me read them. Let me read verse 9 again. For when she saw the wrath of the Most High coming upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. The Most High have brought upon me great mourning. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which are the Israelites, which the everlasting brought upon them. See? So she's seen us go and get hauled off and carted off and sold to our oppressors. Even to this day. Verse 11. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. See? So when we left Jerusalem, when the Roman soldiers came in, and those that took heed to what Yahushua said and fled, and we went into the interior and later to the coast of Africa, she mourned, man. But she understood why we had to be sold, okay? Because of all the abominable things that we were doing. It says, with joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning, right? And when we were sold on those auction blocks, and when we were brought over here from the transatlantic slave trade, hey, it was no rejoicing. We weren't excited about being, no, man. Okay. But see, this is what happens when you disobey the Heavenly Father. It says, verse 12, let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many. who for the sins of my children am left desolate. See, even though you got people that's inhabiting that land, she's desolate. She's a widow because the real owners aren't there. The real people of this Bible aren't there yet. Let's read that again. Verse 12, Baruch 4:12. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of the Most High. See, this is why we were brought into captivity, man. Jerusalem is our home. Don't forget it. All right. America is our captivity. It says, verse 13, they knew not of his verse 13, they knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them. See, this is where we're supposed to wake up to who we are, man. All right, we ain't going through this damn hell for nothing, man. It's supposed to be a wake-up call so you can remember who you are and remember where you came from and get right with the Lord before he destroys this place, okay? It says, verse 13, they knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come, and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting have brought upon them. Verse 15, for he have brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child, which is why you finna see what this devil is all about. He don't care about your wick. He don't care about your snap. He don't care about your EBT. He don't care about any of that. And the results of you not having it can't feed your children. He don't care. He was specifically designed for this particular task. He don't care about the old or the young, all right? He is the vessel fitted for destruction. I like that. So let's read that again. Baruch 4:15. For he have brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, and of a strange language, right? We didn't speak this language that we speaking now. We spoke Hebrew, the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash. It says, in of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child. You gonna see, this man ain't finna cut your EBT back on. This man ain't finna give you WIC. This man ain't finna give you Section 8. This man ain't finna give you SNAP, all right? He's saying you gotta get out and work. You gotta go out and work, get you a job just to have a shot at getting any of that, okay? He don't reverence any of that. He don't reverence any of you, your children or your elderly, all right? Because he was designed to do just that, just so you can see how wicked he is. Verse 16, these have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, Jerusalem, and left her that was alone desolate without daughters. See? So we're not in the land. So it's desolate. Although you have people there, they don't belong there. Or should I say they belong there for the time being, but they're not the rightful owner of Jerusalem. It says, verse 17, but what can I help you? 18, for he that brought these, verse 18, for he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. Right. See, we ain't getting out of this place on our own, man. You ain't going to be able to charter a boat or a plane or whatever and leave Babylon the Great. All right. The only way we getting out of here is by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because he the one that put us here, as it says. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. 19. Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. See? So she's desolate. Our home is desolate for the time being because we're not there. It says, go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. See? Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. See? And that's only the elect. The elect is the only ones that's going to get this and understand the significance of returning to our power, Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. The 2/3, they going to do what they do, man. All right? You see? And they going to get what they get. So it says, verse 21, be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is coming to me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting of our Savior. See? So we have hope in this truth, in this faith, in this walk. All right? And the elect understand that. All right? That's why we're returning. We're doing what we require and ask of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. It says, for my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is coming to me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting of our Savior. So we getting ready to get up out of here. We ain't got too much longer. All right? All hell's going to break loose. They going to bring in the mark of the beast. Then the missiles going to come destroy this place. And in the same time, we're going to get delivered. And we're going to be on our way back home, man. All right? But we can't lose focus at what's at stake here. All right? We got to endure until the end. It says, verse 23, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. See? So when we return this time, it ain't gonna be no getting carted off back, back into slavery or captivity. No, this is gonna be the return. All right, we gonna be a family once again. All right, it's gonna be a family reunion. All right, we gonna all come back to our home. Okay, it's gonna start with us getting beamed up out of America and celebrating in the chariots, and then we're gonna be brought back. And then we're going to eventually go to Jerusalem, our home. It says, because, Satan trying to work, distract and everything else. It says, Baruch 4:23, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. Right. And a lot of these nations, they know who we are. All right. But they won't say it. Okay. Because why? They making hands over fists by our ignorance and not knowing who we are. But just like they saw us be led into captivity, they're going to see us be delivered and brought back home, man. All right. It says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. And this is what we're doing because we understand our transgression. All right. That we went off. So now we're being patiently and we're waiting and we're suffering because we know the outcome is going to be greater than when we were brought over here. As it says, better is the end of it than the beginning. It says, for thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction. How? We're going to see them being destroyed from the chariots with the thermonuclear missiles when Yahushua returns, and shall tread upon his neck. Right. See, we're going to put them in slavery, man. All right. We're going to put them in slavery. Okay. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. When we get transformed in the twinkling of an eye and we come back down from those spaceships, they're known as UFOs, but called chariots, we gonna put their ass into slavery. We gonna tread upon their neck. Verse 26, my delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemy. See, we call hell in this captivity, man. All right. And we got no gripes, no complaints, because now we understand why. All right. And we waking up to that fact. It says, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the high, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. See, this is what we're doing. We're crying and sighing, man. All right. And Lord willing, if we be found favorable to have shown mercy and grace, the Most High is going to mark us with that exempt, that we don't be judged like these other 2/3 and these other heathen nations. It says, verse 27, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so be in return seek him 10 times more. See, this is why brothers are going hard right now, seeking him 10 times more, man. All right, because why? He's getting ready to bring us back home. See, he's getting ready to bring us back home. So we seeking him 10 times more, because why? This is it. All right, we put everything, on the table, man. We going all out. All right, because there's no need to hold back, man. Okay, let's read that again. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so be in return, those that are waking up, seek him 10 times more. What is that saying? You got to go hard in the paint, man, to get back home. See? And we going hard in the paint to get back home, man. On that first go around, we want that first round ticket. That first round, we want to go first class and have that, that luxury of going back home in style, man. All right. We don't want that spirit experience. You know that spirit experience you get on that airline. You're jammed up on the next person's shoulder, your knees in the back of that person's seat. Hey man, we want that first class experience, man. Okay. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so be in return seek him 10 times more. Go hard in the paint. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. See? And we getting comfort through these scriptures. All right. It says, miserable are they that afflict thee and rejoice at thy fall. Right. And they and trust and believe these other nations, they're miserable now that we're waking up. Okay. Now that we return to who we are, these other nations are miserable. All right. Because why? They see their end coming to what? A halt, an end. They see that the way they made money off of us is all coming to an end now. They're miserable, all right, because they know they're going into slavery. It says, for he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Verse 30, take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. 31, miserable are they that afflict thee. See? What else? And rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which the children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Right. And you Edomites, you're going to get it, man, along with you other nations. Your cities, your towns, your countries, wherever the Israelites are at, they're going to suffer. Okay. They're going to suffer, but none more more than America, the United States of America. All right, this place is going to suffer the most. Why? It's going to be destroyed. All right, it's going to be destroyed. It says, verse 33, for as she rejoiced at thy ruins and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved of her own desolation. Right? When America falls, man, she going to be grieved, man. And she's already fallen right now. All right? She's already fallen. Okay? Those of the elect can see it. All right? We see the writing on the wall. It says, where we at? Verse 34, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning, right? And the people finna start feeling it, okay? The people are finna start feeling it, because why? This place is all but through, all right? This place is all but through. Her time is up, okay? Her time is up. It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire, verse 35, shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. See? Only thing that's going to be inhabiting this place is those desert creatures. All right. Once America is destroyed by the way of fire, this is it. This place won't ever be built back up again. It says, verse 36, O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east. This is why we turn and face the east when we praise and we give all glory and power to the Most High. This is why the camera is faced to the east now. It's faced to our motherland, Jerusalem. O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Call halal Yahweh b'Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. It says, lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. See, we finna go back home. We finna go back out east to our home, man. We're in the west right now. But soon, shortly, we're going to be back out east in Jerusalem, in our home. Let's get that. Let's get that in Galatians 4:26, and we get ready to wrap it up because the mirrors is getting fogged up. So this is Galatians 4:26. It reads, "But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all." See. So we getting ready to go back home, man. All right. Let's read that again. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. You know, that kills that whole Africa, that life civilization started from Africa. It started from Jerusalem, man. All right. The northern part, if you want to say that, of Africa. All right. Let's get this in. Let's get this in Micah 2:10. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart. See? Why? For this is not your rest. See, we weren't brought here to get comfortable and to relax. All right. We were told to arise and depart because we getting ready to leave. It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. See, if you stay asleep and you don't arise and depart before it's too late, you will be destroyed along with everybody else here in America. All right. By the way of that fire. Okay. So you've been warned. All right. Jerusalem is our home, not this place. America is our captivity. Let's go ahead and close out with 1 Peter 5:8. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads what? Be sober, be vigilant. See, you can't be sober and vigilant if you believe that America is your home, is your rest. It says, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. But he did a good job at making our people believe that, because why? He gave them handouts. He gave them careers. He gave them jobs. He gave them so-called, quote unquote, generational wealth. And they bought it. They believed it, hook, line, and sinker, which is why they're going to be destroyed, man. All right? Because they don't want to take heed to what the prophets are telling them, that this is not our home. This is not our rest. This is our captivity. All right. But for those that do take heed and take, warning, they're going to be rewarded if they endure to the end with getting that first round trip back home to Jerusalem. All right. So we're going to end on that note. With that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.